Peace to the gods, peace to the earths, and all of the righteous families of the planet. It's your big brother Fahiym, day son of God, back again. Just a quick little vlog that I'm, just want to discuss. One of my god brothers sent it to my joint or whatever. It was talking about Charlemagne. Charlemagne the God. He's God now. And his little accusations, or allegations, or whatever the case may be, that he date rape, I believe it was, or something with a teen or a minor. He was caught with a minor, a female, or something like that, and giving her alcohol, and the God sent it to my joint, but it was Star's vlog. Y'all out there who are familiar with Star and Buck Wild, they used to be on in the radio in New York, a couple years back or whatever. But Star was just, saying, I'm waiting to see or hear somebody from the nation of gods and earths, or the 5%ers in general, because again, there's different sects of 5%ers, but he mostly was talking about the nation of gods and earths. But I took it as, all 5%ers at the end of the day, like, I'm waiting for them to come out and, denounce, Charlemagne, for saying he's a part of their organization or he's a part of their group and still carrying on with this type of behavior. My thing is this, and I'm not even really going to get off really too much into the Charlemagne thing because, to me, I'm going to be 100. I'm going to keep it funky. Charlemagne he's an idiot. To me, he may say one or two good things here and there, but the rest of the stuff that comes out his mouth is, it's ignorant stuff, and it's borderline gay and homosexual. Him and Envy be on the radio a little too much talking about ass and, getting their ass licked and all kind of, licking niggas' balls, all kind, just stupid stuff, that I'm not even going to really get off into all the, what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, to me, Charlemagne is not God, first of all. I just want to basically focus on that. People putting God onto their name and, who knows you? And when I say who knows you, I'm not talking about, you got to go down to the law school and you got to make yourself known and I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about who knows you or who's heard you build. Who have you enlightened? Who is your enlightener? This is almost like the same situation with Jay-Z, which he don't even have the God attached to his name. His name is just Jay-Z. But you got dudes that's attributing this title to him that, he's a 5%er, because he has, the universal flag, of the 5%ers on, so he's a 5%er. Charlemagne has the God at the end of his name, like me, they son the God, so he's Charlemagne the God. He's God body. People use that term God too loosely. We use the name Allah too loosely, as I've said before in a previous bill. We throw these names around. When someone says that they're God, first of all, you shouldn't have to tell people that you're God. First of all, you shouldn't have to tell people that you're a righteous individual. You shouldn't have to tell people this. They should be able to see that. They should be able to see that glow on you and within you. It's not something that you need to express to everyone that you bump into. Charlemagne is not God just because he may have looked at the supreme mathematics and the supreme alphabet and committed that to memory. He's God, he's God. He's God. He can quote his alphabet and his mathematics. That don't mean that you're God. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that you can quote, that you got a decent memory, as I mentioned all of the times, even with all of the lessons. In the 5% Nation of Islam, we don't care about quoting, and I mention that all the time, but people don't hear me. We don't get off on all these quotes. You know, quoting means nothing. You know, quoting lessons means nothing. And this is even to brothers who are within the organization of the 5%ers, whether it be Allah's 5% or, you know, the Muslim God 5%ers in the Nation of Islam or the Nation of Gods and Earth 5%ers. I don't care what sect you claim. At the end of the day, you know, quoting, it really gets you nowhere. It's how you live. This culture of I God or I self Lord and Master is a culture that implies righteous conduct, righteous living, righteous morals, everything righteous. Everything righteous. Why? Because that's our nature. That's our own self. Our own self is to be righteous. So therefore, in everything I do, everything I speak, everything, you should hear some, even if it's some smidget that's so infinitesimally small, you know, that the naked eye can't really even see, you know, it should still be there. People should still be able to get some sort of inkling that, yeah, this individual is a pious individual or a righteous individual that knows what he's talking about. You should be able to quote lessons, and not just quote lessons, but quote a lesson and be able to make connections. Which are lessons? Which shows that you have understanding. You know, like for instance, today's wisdom, the 22nd. You know, wisdom is wise words being spoken by a wise person, which enlightens the dumb or the dome. Wisdom, wise dome. You know, wisdom today is wisdom, which all borns back to culture, which is I God. The culture is I self Lord and Master. There is no God up in the sky. There's only a God within yourself. So you're the God. So when the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, you know, every time I look at a black man, I see God. I'm reminded of what God looks like. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was only expressing to us that, first of all, God is a human being. He's not no spook. He's not no spirit. He is a human, a living, breathing, walking, talking, fasting, praying human being. That's what God is. However, just because the black man is God, if you don't know you're God, this is the key. If you don't know that you're a God, then you're not God. I don't give a damn if you a black man. You a nigga. If you acting like a freaking animal, you ain't no God. So we use that word too loosely. We use the word Allah too loosely. You know, people who smoke, drink, wild out, whatever, do whatever they do. I mean, who haven't gained a sense of discipline, a mastery of discipline over themselves and their lower desires. We throw these words around too much. The white man has to study from 35 to 50 years in order to wear the universal flag of the 5%ers or to bear the sun, the moon, and the stars. He got to study from 35 to 50 years. So we don't have to study as long as the white man studies. However, we do have to study. And that study should exceed a 10-year period. You can't just pick up a book and just 5 years ago and now you God and you able to teach and preach and do all of it. Nah. Discipline, the white man's way of life has weighed so much on our people that it's going to take some time. Just because you can quote a few things or you've read a couple of the messenger's books or you've done whatever, you have to grow. So the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us those lessons in 1934, but it wasn't until the 60s when the messenger was able to stand up now and say, I challenge anybody to come and prove me wrong on anything that I've taught. He can say that now. He couldn't say that back in 1934 because the messenger probably would have got bombed. Scientists would have bombed him who know science and who know mathematics. But after the messenger now grows, After 25, 35 years, almost 40 years of studying what his teacher, Master Fard Muhammad, gave him, now the messenger can stand up and make the proclamation, I'll give y'all 10 grand. Who can prove anything wrong that I'm saying? I'll give you 10 grand from out of my brother's vest pocket if you can prove one thing that I'm saying that's wrong. And nobody challenged the messenger on anything. So likewise, all these people with God in their name and, you know, it doesn't mean anything. You're not God. You're not God until you actually begin living. God is a noun, but it's a verbal noun, just like Islam. It implies action. You got to be doing, I got to see something. I got to hear something. Hey, oh, he got to come down to the parliament. He got to come down to the school and make himself known. No, you don't. You can if you choose to. I've been down to the school before, but again, that don't qualify one as being God. Savages can go down to the school, memorize just one thing off a piece of paper or whatever, and then go down to the school and quote that, and then, oh, he's God, he's God. Oh yeah, he's God. He knows he's God. Ain't showing forth one smidget of understanding, but he's God. So no, that don't mean you're God because you went to a parliament or because you went to a show and prove. I've never been to a show and prove. I'm going to keep it funky. Well, first of all, I'm not in the 5% nation of gods and earths anyway. But I've never been to a show and prove. These are my show and proves right here. You can go through all of my videos, all of my bills, and in all of my bills, when you watch them, okay, well, yeah, he's God. Yeah. Because you see what I'm saying. You see the connections I'm making. You see the sense that I'm making. Some brothers are just quote, but then when you ask them to break it down, now they can't make no sense of what they're saying. See, we got to remember, the 5%ers, back in the day, we were major in New York City, in the tri-state area, New York, Jersey, Connecticut. We were major. Boston, Philly. So it was cool, the guard with the guard you now, the seal law rule, and we thought it was fly. It was street slang. That's all it was. At least that's what some brothers took it as. They just got captivated by the street essence of it and never wanted to apply any discipline. You're not a 5%er. There's so many brothers that rep the 5% back in the days. From Ghostface Killer to I mean, I can go on and on and on. Jazzo. I mean, I can go on and on and on, but these brothers weren't 5%ers. They didn't know no lessons. They may have quoted 1 or 2 degrees and people qualified them as being 5%. No, you're not 5% just because you can quote 1 or 2 things. You know a little something, but you ain't no 5%er. Charlemagne can quote maybe 1 or 2 things, but that's it. The rest of his conversations, what do they deal with? I don't hear no science and mathematics in it. And even being on the white man's radio station, still, he can drop a jewel here and there to make people say, yeah, nah, Charlemagne knows the lesson. He knows his. That's like that saying, a fool can be in a room full of wise men, or a wise man could be in a room full of fools. The wise man a fool, all of the fools. Because I can act ignorant just like y'all niggas. But when it's time to act intelligent, I can do that. And intelligent people will see that and they will know that I'm intelligent. But a fool can't do it. He can't go and act like a fool and then go act like try to act like an intelligent person in a room full of intelligent people. They'll call him out every time. Because you don't know what the hell he's talking about. So even 5%ers that have went through the course of study and memorized all of their lessons, still, you got to do more. Being God, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad Master Fard Muhammad, he came to make us into scientists. So if your information is not based in science and mathematics, God is just a title. It's just a play game that people is playing, So basically, I just want to just, speak on that, and like I said, my main goal with this channel is to reintroduce people to what a 5%er is. Because the average person don't know what a 5%er is. Even brothers who went down to the law school, who got their pen, they don't know what a 5%er is. That's why what I do looks strange to them. When I call myself a righteous Muslim, I sound strange to them. Everything I'm doing and saying sounds strange to them. But it shouldn't if you had an understanding of your lessons. Not knowledge in your 120, getting your pen, but understanding your 120 and getting your pen. It's a difference. So when I say I'm a Muslim God, that shouldn't be, oh, what the hell? Y'all niggas lose your mind when I say I'm a Muslim God. But if you knew your lessons, you would you would be like, oh, okay, peace. That's peace. You know, it shouldn't sound like something far-fetched out of this world. Like, what the hell is he talking about? Oh my God, oh. That's always like my litmus test with a lot of 5%ers. Are you a Muslim? And I'll wait for their response. What's the 13th and the 14th degrees or question in the 1 to 36? And I hear what they say. I wait for their answer. What is it? His own self is a, and if I hear them, they fail to mention the word Muslim that is written in there and try to say something else or graft out the word Muslim and put his own self as a righteous God. Yeah, the Father came and made us gods. His own self is a righteous God. Yeah. No, you ain't no 5%er. You just a nigga running around here with our lessons, with my lessons, quoting, speaking as a parrot. That's all you're doing. So, again, Charlemagne is not a 5%er. Jay-Z is not a 5%er. Ghostface Killer is not a 5%er. I mean, I can go on and on and on. They're sympathizers, supporters. I'll give them that. And, peace for supporting our organization and our group for as many years as you did. A lot of people. Prodigy who passed away, R.I.P. He wasn't no 5%er. Havoc and them dude, they not no 5%ers. They know a little something, who can quote something. Noriega, all these guys, they can quote a little, but these are not 5%ers. As a newborn, I used to always ask my enlighteners, is such and such, because I heard him say, oh, is he? And he would have to, no, he ain't no 5%er. No, he's just quoting. He's just, parroting some stuff. Or they would tell, I hear Rakim or I hear Big Daddy Kane. Oh, no, yeah, they guard body. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? King Son. Oh, yeah. Or whoever. And I start naming people. I'm like, Queen Latifah. Is she, because I know she got Queen and, and that's not her real name. Is that, that's her attribute. Is she? And they would have to tell me, oh, she used to be Papa, but she's not no more. She's repping the LGBT community. They would have to make that clear to me because a lot of people don't know. I didn't know. I just thought anybody using the God body talk was God, was 5%. But that's not the case. As I got older and grow in the lessons, I understand that's not the case. So, again, whether Charlemagne did what he did or not, I'm not even concerned with that. Not that it doesn't, I think he should be, whatever, disciplined if he did do it or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I'm not dealing with that. I just wanted to deal with the whole, is he a 5%er? And why haven't the 5%ers denounced him? Well, we don't have to denounce him because he's a nigga like every damn body else out here, like the rest of the 85%er. He ain't no 5%er. So there's no need for me to denounce him. Just that simple, But, if anything, I'm staying close to this, little story to see how it pops off because it is interesting to see what happens, with this brother, always giving people a donkey of the day and now he's been made the donkey of the day. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, Y'all stay on y'all lessons. Stay studying the messenger's books. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad makes 5 percenters. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the father and the elders make 5 percenters. Study their teachings. Study the root of where the teachings came from, Master Fard Muhammad. And then you can get out there and propagate your truth and make yourself known. So with that being said, family, just a little short bill. Definitely I'll be getting back again, with another little bill, But everybody stay cool out there. It's very hot. Drink lots of fluids, And with that being said, I'll leave you as I came in the greeting words of peace. We say it in the Arabic language. Assalamu alaikum. Peace to the gods, peace to the earths, and all of the righteous families of the planet. Peace.